Sing the whole day long, it's not enough.
So here we go again, fam. What's up? This is Robert Anton here, robertanton.com, bringing your X Factor commentary USA from a singer. Okay, yeah, so the show was 2 hours tonight, and now they are going to hopefully a regular schedule, which will be Wednesdays and Thursdays at 8 p.m. naturally on Fox, if you're not sure. It was the final 12 performing today, and America will be voting tonight as we speak, as I am shooting this video and editing and posting and sending out to you. Yeah, so only one act is headed home. So with the top 12, so of course it's going to end up being about 12 weeks or 11 weeks to the end of the show. One act is going home this week and every week, as far as I know. And you can vote 5 ways you can vote now. You can vote by text, you can vote by calling their number, you can vote on Twitter, you can vote online at their website, and you can also vote with an X Factor app from Verizon. First up was the Stereo Hogzz. They did Rhythm Nation by Janet Jackson. I wrote, it started out a little strange. You know, I didn't like the beginning, you know, when it was kind of a slow kind of thing going. I wasn't too crazy about that. But when it picked up, came to tempo, they started dancing and stuff, I was hooked. I loved it. I wrote that the lead vocal was sometimes hard to hear, and he was a little screechy at times. To me, it sounded like maybe he was rehearsing so much that he had gotten actually kind of hoarse. So that happens, that does happen, and you know, it's only so much time they have between performances and stuff. You have to really watch that you don't over sing all the time when you're rehearsing. You can also mark it, as we call it. You can mark it and not actually do it full out until you get the actual form and everything, and then start singing the song to get it into your voice, into your body. They really did a great performance, though. I really enjoyed it. I thought the choreography was tight. You know, Paula worked it out on that. They had the dancers, the outfits looked good. So I really liked it. Simon said no band in the world right now is as good as them. I don't know, that's taking it a little far, but I did think they were very good tonight. Rene did Superstar by Luther Vandross, and you know, I think he sounded a little better than he did last week, at least in the beginning of the song. But when it got kind of up-tempo, to me it was kind of like a karaoke bar singing from him. It wasn't strong, it wasn't very good. What I really like and what I think when he really shines is when he does his sing-songy rap, and of course he got into that too, and that really got me going. But he doesn't have the greatest voice. Like I said, he sings a little better than a rapper trying to sing, to me. I think maybe he says when he sings his own stuff, but of course naturally singers who write, when you sing your own stuff, you're writing for your voice, so everything is just perfectly in there, you know, where you naturally sing, for most of us anyway. Some of us push the envelope quite a bit. But you know, it was pretty good. It wasn't great, but it was pretty good. Leroy Bell did I'm Already There by Lonestar. I wrote that, you know, he knows who he is, and he sounds great. I mean, his voice is just beautiful. I really enjoy it. But I think he's kind of beating a dead horse. He's kind of boring, you know, he's doing these really slow, you know, introspective songs, and it's just not very contemporary. I think he should choose some better material that's a little more contemporary to connect to a younger audience. I know he's 60 years old, you know, but he's a singer, he's a performer, he's going to have to sell records. And even the younger audiences he could, you know, connect with are 30 to 50, you know. Yeah, he needs to come and connect to me, my audience. I'm, you know, in that age range. So yeah, he needs to work on that. Okay, Simon announced that X Factor is confirmed for next season. It's going to have another season, and I am happy about that because I am really enjoying it, especially the big production numbers and stuff. I really like that kind of stuff, and I very rarely get to do that kind of thing since I got out of theater. So I really enjoy that, and yeah, I'm just happy to hear that. I wanted to make that announcement right here. You heard it from Robert Anton. Rachel Crow was up next. She did Walking on Sunshine, which was actually by Katrina and the Waves. I wrote, with a little lyric change, she changed, you know, they changed some of the lyrics for her. She was up on the podium again, and that was okay. You know, I want to see her move around and interact, but, you know, that was cool. I thought she was looking good. She was sounding good. She had a lot of attitude in the song. She was giving me attitude, I mean, in a good way, too. She was really getting into the lyrics and stuff and feeling it, you know, so I really enjoyed that. And I just love that she's sweet and sassy. She's got this dual thing going on where she can be really, you know, and then she can be really just like a sweet kid. I really enjoyed that. Lakoda Rayne did Landslide by Fleetwood Mac, right? And I wrote, not all their voices are the strongest, but they have a pleasing blend, especially on this, especially tonight. It really locked in for me. Building on the thing I said last week, that they have this kind of ABBA thing going on. They really had that sound tonight, and I was just like, this is so sweet, and it's so great for an international audience. So I'm just really wishing them the best. I don't know that they're going to win this competition, but I do think that they could have a really big international career. Krajcik did Jar of Hearts by Christina Perri. I think it started out a little low for him, but it gave him a little room to soar at the top, so that was a good thing. Later on, he really got to, try to hit some of his top notes. He sounded really good to me, and I like the dramatic smoke effects that were going on, He said, this is one thing to me, he said that it was a risk for him doing a female song. And I was thinking, but that's all he's done. I think he did the one Bob Dylan song, but all the rest of the songs he's done has been by females. So I don't know how it was such a big risk, but maybe it was the song he was talking about, and not necessarily the fact that it's by a female. Well, I wrote a note in here. I was right. I understand the reason behind each judge introing their act. It gives them a little more viability. It says, I'm presenting this person to, the public, and it's someone who's already successful doing it. But, it just kind of started getting kind of grating and just too much for me. I wrote it got annoying. Got a little annoying. Each time the announcer is up there, he's announcing that the judge is going to announce. It seemed like a little bit much to me, but that's just me. That's one of my little, I guess, pet peeves at the moment. Melanie Amaro was up, and she did Desperado. Now listen, she started out a cappella, right? And it was so beautiful. I mean, I wrote she was dead on, the pitch was dead on, and her voice just rang throughout this huge space. It was gorgeous. I felt she had several nice emotional arcs during the performance. I mean, she went from being a little playful to being a little mean to being a little beggy to be, it was just so many things going on within this very short period of time. She found a lot of things to happen throughout this song besides the vocal on an emotional level, and I really enjoyed that. Astro, Brian Bradley came up next, and I wrote he did an original rap to Two Hooks, right? A little mashup. And this kid impresses me every time he gets on the stage, every time he does his raps. I mean, he just, he just has it. Definitely has the X factor, and definitely has it. He seems very hardworking. His raps, the way he writes, the way he actually presents is just so multi-leveled, and it's the rhythm as a singer-songwriter and as a performer. Just the rhythmic changes and everything that he does just really excites me throughout. So I would love to hear him on a full song, like just doing his thing on a full song to see if he keeps that kind of thing going. But I believe he does. He's just got it. He's got it. I also wrote this was an awards show performance. He really just brought it like he was, just a big star out there performing for people. Next up, Intensity was up. They did Kids in America Party Rock medley. Kim Wilde and LMFAO. So let me tell you, I thought this was infectious. I just thought it was really infectious. I wrote it was nothing spectacular, but they're cute and they're talented and they've got a little edge to them. It just really, I was smiling throughout the whole performance, so I really enjoyed it. Next up was Rynewicz, and she did Just a Dream, Nelly, and it was just different, and it was strange, and she started out laying on like a bed of roses, looking up at the camera. It was just very inventive. It was very cute. It had like a lot of little spin-off type things going on, and I wrote she has a way of singing that was very, very twangy and almost country, and I really like her raw sound and her connection to her songs. She really seems to feel them throughout. She's so young to have such a depth of perception and emotion. I think that she's going to be a great artist. There is no doubt about that. Marcus Canty did Every Little Step with starting out with little beautiful girls, right? The Bobby Brown thing, I can see where it's coming from. He kind of has that bad boy, but he's too clean with it. He's just too clean to be the really bad boy type, you know what I'm saying? And he had some good vocals going on in this. he had a lot of good moments, but he also had a lot of not so good moments in it also. It seemed to me like at times it was just not quite there, and it probably had to do with him moving around and trying to get with the dancing and doing all this different stuff. But even with all of that, he also had some very sparkling moments throughout, so it was really enjoyable. And last up was Stacy Francis. I think this is she did Up on the Mountain by Kelly Clarkson, and Simon said it was one of the best of the night. She definitely sang. She definitely sang down the house, and Stacy is always going to sing down the house, right? But again, it was pulled back a little bit. You know, she had some moments. She didn't push it too much. She didn't get all cryy and weepy and stuff. She's showing, to me, a new confidence, or a confidence that she has, and I am enjoying that. She seemed very comfortable, very poised, and I really thought that it was nice. Yeah, so what did you guys think? I want to know what you thought about the performances, about the show. If you're watching the clips on YouTube, so far, who are your favorites? I just wanted to mention, at the end, everybody from The Voice to, what's his name, Steve Jones here tonight is still in Ryan Seacrest's line, and I got to call them out. Please dial carefully. It was something that Ryan Seacrest started because of something that happened with the Idol numbers, and people have so picked it up. Everybody has picked it up so far. So like, I just want to call them out on that. Besides that, I am a singer-songwriter. I do the So You Want to Be a Singer series here on YouTube. Please, I'm going to start putting links to my recent videos in the description box, and I might put it at the end of this video. Please check out my latest videos on my channels. Pick and choose the ones that you like to watch, and please watch them, and please support. If you enjoyed this commentary, please send it on Facebook, it, Tumblr, whatever, high five, and help me out, get the word out that Robert Anton is doing commentary, and I'm doing a commentary that is specifically geared towards singers, performers, people who might want to do these competitions, any type of singing competition, and I think my insight into the way they perform, the way I see that they perform, can give you a little insight into maybe things that you can work on to get your performance out there and to make you a better performer. All right, I am out. Peace.
I could sing the whole day long, it's not enough.